Let me gather up some... Let's gather up first the inverted shadow, and let's see what he's got to offer for us. Also put on to just disturb.
Rainbows!
Oh! So you're gay? I'm kidding.
No. I say.
Sorry, reference to the Astuf movies.
Yeah, was just listening to some Toho track. The anime, I don't know what the fuck.
The what?
Anyways, you don't want to know. Anyways, what do you say I get my little posse in now?
Yeah, might as well just introduce them one at a time, so that way we'll make it nice and organized.
Hang on, let me just post a link to the chat to my friend. Excuse me, link to the stream. For the people who are in.
If they're interested, I recommend they mute the stream because they're going to be on this call.
Anyway, so first off, the other half of the Broski team, the Brothers in Arms, my man, KeiroStarr.
Pick up Keiro.
Come on. Come in, brother. Do you read me, brother?
Do you read us? Hello?
Is he hello? Come on, come on.
Hello? You alive?
Earth the KeiroStarr, are you in there? Come on. Don't tell me he's fucking... What?
He probably
what
forgot he muted his mic. That's like a common thing you do on Skype. You sometimes like mute your mic or something.
Come on. He's in the call, so why is he not saying anything? Come on. Is it? I thought I heard something. Hello?
Might have been my end. I'm like...
Hang on. I'm hearing something. I don't know what he's doing, though.
Well, on my end, it's...
shit.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
It's not working. It's not working.
There he is. There he is. Here's KeiroStarr, everybody.
Ah.
How you doing?
What happened?
I was actually trying to play a sound, but unfortunately it did not work.
Unfortunately. So, there's Keiro, second in this little cavalcade of what's going to be a pretty damn good fanfic. We have another Gmodder friend of mine in our little circle of friends. For those who have not seen him on YouTube, he's done a lot of stuff for me and the guys. So, please welcome Mr. Kaveren the Hunter, as he...
Maximum Drive!
Okay,
there it is!
Ouch! Thank God he didn't...
Okay, then, that was a nice little surprise there. Everybody's playing.
Hello, my children.
Yes, here is Kaveren, everybody.
Oh.
None of you heard that Vincent Price laugh.
Thriller. Let's just say I've heard the Michael Jackson classics.
Maximum Drive!
Oh, that was something. I'm guessing. Well, if the third and final part of our posse, or fourth, whichever the fuck number it is gonna play a loud sound, I fear for our ears. But this is going to be the first time because our fourth member of this cavalcade is actually an anti-brony of all things.
Oh dear God!
And well, he's another.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for the ride of our lives. Yeah.
Yes, another close friend of mine, the person nobody expects. Please, it is the Turkish Phantom.
Nobody expects the Turkish Inquisition.
Nobody.
I have a funny feeling that this won't... I have a funny feeling this won't end well.
Come on, Turk, pick up. Pick up.
Remember that one time
right here.
Jesus!
It'll be like that, except it'll be against bronies instead of
and
for
the Skype
bronies.
chat goes wild. It says, once again, nobody expects the Turkish Phantom.
But you were
Livestream.
waiting for me.
But you get the idea. The acronym stands.
Yeah. Please,
Oh, yes.
but so I might as well
Nobody
just...
expects the Turkish Inquisition.
I might as well just say this. I'm hoping we don't have a confrontation tonight between the people in my live stream chat and the people who are in this Skype call. Please, dear
Oh
God.
God, I want to fight them.
As I said, I'm going to do my best to keep the peace so no shitstorms happen tonight, because that's the last thing I need after being sick as a dog all day.
This is the
Oh,
last
dear.
thing I really need
Yeah,
at this
been
point.
hacking and sneezing my brains out all day because
At least you didn't have what I had.
I made the foolish choice yesterday of walking the 2 or 3 miles home from college without a hoodie on. I should probably add.
Let me get.
Okay.
Yeah, come here, Brick. That's the distance I walked from my college all the way to my house, and considering that's on a freaking steep incline, I'm still not used to it. It's terrible. It's
Well,
horrible.
anyways,
Right.
Now
I-
we live uptown, man. We live in a swank house and everything. But the only problem is, since I still don't know how to drive, and I don't have a car of my own, I gotta walk, and it's just terrible.
I only
Alright,
have
yeah.
on my. The only thing I have to my name is a non-driver's license ID, so that's pretty much all I got.
You and me both, Invert. Have mine for like a few years. I wish that right now we won't have
Point
to
of
end this
inquiry.
day on a sour note. I already had it good, despite,
I
being
see some
the time.
people in the chat talking about pills. Pills here.
Where's Apple Pills?
Anyways, so far my day's been good.
Oh, one at a time, Gonzo.
So far, I'm hoping that this day doesn't end on a sour note because it's already been good so far. I really don't want things to crash because this is one of those times in the month where I'm like so low on cash. I'm waiting for my friend to come by and drop off the allowance that I normally get to make sure that I'm properly fed for the next month. Also, I ended up receiving in a package today a gift from a fan, the actual Wreck-It Ralph DVD.
Ooh.
He shipped it. He shipped it
nice.
straight through Amazon.
Did somebody say feisty?
No, I said
I didn't.
spicy. I
Oh,
said spicy.
okay.
I was quoting Ash Williams.
And earlier, I went to my local library. I thought about renting this one film with Jack Nicholson in it called About Schmidt, but unfortunately, I remember seeing the movie. It had a nude scene with. I decided to spare everybody the humiliation and sparing myself
It's,
making a censor card.
Let me know when you
It's-
stream
it's-
Army
the
of
twist-
Darkness.
this
I have yet
twist
to
at
see
the
that
end.
movie, and after
If there are twists
I
in
have yet
again,
to see.
Hold it.
go on.
Hold on, Gonzo. If you ever stream Army of Darkness on the channel, let me know, cause I'm curious about it after playing Poker Night 2, and I'm like, I want to really see that.
First, you got to deal with Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness. I've seen all three, and they're all horror films, but the latter will be more action, supernatural than horror.
Hmm.
And
And as I was go on.
yes, you invert.
But Ash Williams is in all three of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed.
So what I was going to say, that movie you were talking about before, Army of Darkness or whatever, it sounded like one of the twists at the end. That's any crying game shit, is it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
All of a sudden, Turkish has gone silent. What the hell is he doing? I have no idea.
Probably
Everything.
probably plotting for my assassination. Oh dear God, I'm afraid now.
Quit pissing around and give those zombies a piece of your boomstick.
This is my boomstick!
We all get it at
Be
the
able to
Piccolo
put a
Mart.
vi- be able to put a video behind that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd have think it was Ash Williams, the one who said that?
Well, the actor's name is really Bruce Campbell. This guy has got the check.
Hey, Bruce Campbell, yeah.
Yeah, he's one guy. He's one strangely memorable guy. And, I
And
believe nowadays, even though he voiced it, and believe it or not, he did voice his own character in Poker Night at the Inventory too. Last I checked, he was doing spots on Burn Notice. So, oh well, he's
Then
also the
why
other.
did everybody say that it sound anything like him?
That's because Bruce Campbell in Poker Night 2, it wasn't Bruce Campbell voicing Ash. Some other guy. I forgot whose name it was.
I thought it was actually Bruce himself. But then again, the Army of Darkness, and now it's a span. I believe the movies was like in the 70s, 80s, maybe. I can't remember.
Who knows if he's still alive?
Alright, so, on to business. Before I start, I'm just going to say it that, yes, this is the first time an anti-brony has joined us, but Turkish here told me he was pretty much bored out of his fucking mind, so he's just gonna hang back. I don't know if he'll say anything else, but, he's just here just to listen.
And
My
if madness breaks out, we all have our rocket launchers, scatter guns, and And a pipe bomb launcher is standing by.
I prefer
Yeah,
the
I'm
katana.
gonna be hanging up.
Actually, before we go any further, what's the deal with human Pinkie Pie stretching out human Octavia's lips and her holding up a sign that says
That's
hello?
just my.
what
That's
I
just
would
a,
like to
That's
know.
just a little, still that I just put up because, well, we'd just be doing this over Skype, and I don't even know if I want to deal with just seeing a screen for a couple of hours or a Skype call in a couple of hours, and I'm still learning about.
Also,
so.
there's a guy called Pipe Bomb in the chat yelling, "Pipe Bomb! Where were you when CM Punk left?"
Oh boy. Anyway, shall I get on to the thing that's
Why
CM
don't
Punk
we-
called. He needs his pipe bomb back.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we get on with this fuck up before we all end up fucking each other?
Okay, this fanfiction in particular, this is going to be a good one. For one thing, it's actually, I'm taking a break from my norm here, because this one is a Rarity-centric fanfiction. And not only that, it was featured on Equestria Daily. And the fanfiction is called Shipping Goggles by Absolute Anonymous.
Shipping goggles?
Shipping goggles.
Shipping Goggles, yes.
Okay,
Just
why
think of this.
FedEx.
Just think of this anime, Yura Yuri. You'll get it.
I don't know,
Oh,
but I
boy.
have a funny feeling that we're going to be dealing with some twisted mentality.
It's actually a romance fanfiction, if you can believe it.
Oh.
Let's see how explicit the romance
Digital
is.
Railroader said. I'm looking at the chat. Digital Railroader said, "Ship it like FedEx, UPS, and DHL."
Hey, you can,
Okay,
hey,
That is like epitome of shipping right there.
yes.
try the United States Postal Service flat box rates. If it fits, it ships.
Oh dear.
We're in this one for a good one.
All right,
Nope.
Invert, lay
Big
it out
fat
on
asses
us.
and
Do
flat-
your worst.
And he shall say, "Layeth the smackdown commence." So let's dive in. This is Shipping Goggles by Absolute Anonymous.
No, your candy asses.
Alright.
Hey, Roo.
What the rock?
Hello.
Keiru. I thought you
Easy
promised
there.
no interrupt. I thought we promised no
Easy there.
interruptions.
Just if you're gonna do it, just easy there. Okay.
Help.
All right. So let's dive into Shipping Goggles by Absolute Anonymous. Was she imagining it? No. No, of course she wasn't. There was something about the way they looked at one another, something undeniably tender in the gazes they exchanged, in the affectionate little touches they gave, and in the barely restrained lust underlying it all. Although, perhaps lust wasn't quite the right word. Whatever the two of them shared was certainly far too pure to be sullied by such a dirty word. After all, they were so young, so inexperienced. Well, Pinkie was at least. Rarity couldn't have said for sure about Rainbow Dash. Wah.
What?
You
What?
lost me. You said you said Pinkie, then you said Rarity, then you said Rainbow Dash, and what?
I said, after all, they were so young, so inexperienced. Well, Pinkie was at least. Rarity couldn't have said so for sure about Rainbow Dash. To be honest, she wouldn't have put it past the Pegasus to already be familiar with the ways of the flesh.
Her own.
Don't doubt that. I read too much Sword Dash, and Mac Dash know what's going on.
Well then, still, experienced or not,
Fixing, I'm damn proud of it.
experienced or not, there was something bright and innocent about the two of them. Even if Rainbow Dash did know a little more about certain things than Pinkie Pie did, she was excuse me, she was likely still ignorant of true passion. Neither of them had ever been in a relationship before. After all, the poor dears likely didn't know where to begin. Okay then.
So this a clop-fic?
No, it's not a clopfic, it's a romance. Anyways, I guess I'll have to...
Anything, it's confusing me in the head.
Well, let's listen.
But the longing was there, the desire. Even if they didn't actually know what to do with such feelings, Rarity could still see them, and it excited her like nothing else. What else could it be? Ah, young love, Rarity thought, a dreamy expression on her face. Such a beautiful thing, isn't it, though? The two ponies in
Somebody started
question...
clapping in the chat.
The two ponies in question remained oblivious throughout her entire internal monologue. Excuse me.
Well, she's probably spoken to herself or thought it
Some
up.
Saved by the Bell. She went time out. Time out.
That was a Trixie moment right there.
No, that was a Zach Morris moment.
Yeah. They lay collapsed on the floor of the bakery's kitchen, giggling like madmares, their manes flecked with white and...
I guess it's flour?
And Pinkie's dainty little tongue stretching to improbable lengths in order to lap at the cream still on her face.
Cream?
I'm sorry.
I hope it's icing!
Okay, before everybody freaks out, because I kind of heard Turkish kind of give a little discerning tone there.
Jizz everywhere, as far as the eye can see.
Okay. While exploring the basement of Sugar Cube Corner earlier, Pinkie Pie had accidentally discovered a stash of aerosol cans of whipped cream, false alarm people, and had probably challenged Rainbow Dash to a whipped cream eating contest.
Now I'm not so sure I want it to be false.
It's just whipped cream, dude. Whipped cream in an aerosol can. You know, ready? What? Ready,
Whoever
whip?
here ever heard? I don't know nothing about no whipped cream eating contest here.
I have.
Pinkie Pie. She always thinks things up all the time.
I've heard of it, but not in the way that you people are thinking.
Okay. Anyways,
Continue.
but about halfway through, the challenge had stopped being about eating the most cream and had instead become emptying the cans as fast as possible, even if that meant having a whipped cream fight and crashing about the kitchen in order to spray one another. Now the entire bakery was absolutely covered in tufts of fluffy white sweetness. It looked almost as though it had been snowing indoors for some reason. Countless pots and pans were scattered across the room, a direct result of the two of them clattering about the kitchen and bumping into the tables and counters as they chased each other. "Oh man, that was totally awesome!" Rainbow Dash snickered, lifting her hooves to her face to try and wipe the cream off. "But seriously, the cakes are gonna be mad. We should clean up this before they get home." "Easy peasy, Dashy. It's whipped cream. All we gotta do is eat it." "Pinkie Pie, you're crazy!" Am I the only one getting the mental image of Mayor's Gone Wild here?
Yeah.
I'm suddenly having flashbacks to the pudge.
Oh!
That.
I see what you did there, Caro, and fuck you for that.
Hey, fuck you too, Nami.
Anyways, and the two of them, still caught in the throes of their individual sugar highs and still giddy from the insanity of their afternoon, collapsed into yet another pile of hysterical, giggling laughter. Twilight hissed urgently to her two companions, "Why are we here again? I thought we were just picking them up so we could all go to Applejack's. How did it turn into this?" Fluttershy shrugged meekly, but Rarity didn't even seem to hear. She was too distracted to notice, off in her own little world. The white unicorn repeated faintly, "Eat it?" Oh god.
I have to say this, the whipped cream is probably full of cocaine. That's just what I'm thinking.
Well, you're like Caro and you think
Now
that
You seriously?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mindless Gonzo's stream continuity.
Anyway.
I won't be held responsible. You
Okay.
guys are sick in the first place.
I'm the
Anyway.
normal person here.
Yeah. Turkish is like the only sane person here, and he's a cool motherfucker.
Send me help.
Don't
Anyways,
worry, don't worry.
oh god.
We expect
What?
your donation.
Wait.
Why do you call
GX
him faintly?
Kickstarter.
Eat it? And, oh god, what is this? A sexual, oh god. Straddling the pink mare's waist, Rainbow Dash pushed Pinkie down so that she was laying against the floor. Grinning, the Pegasus leaned forward and brushed Pinkie's mane from her eyes. "Oh my," she murmured, lifting her eyebrows suggestively. "Look at all this cream. We should probably clean it all up before the cakes get home, huh?" Pinkie giggled, low and seductive, before hooking her forelegs around Rainbow's neck and drawing her closer. "Wanna help, Dashy?" she cooed. "I don't think I can
What happened to
get
your
all by
voice? It got
myself."
all deep and almost sensual all of a sudden.
"Oh, I'm sexual chocolate baby."
Oh my.
Let's not go that
Sexual,
far.
baby. Oh,
Hey, by the way,
oh, yeah, I wanna
Sexual
give it all to
chocolate,
you.
dude. I met you,
Yeah,
invert.
right on.
You're white as me.
Anyways,
We'll let Mark
Guys,
Henry in here.
Guys, let's continue.
Anyways.
Let's see how far this fantasy goes.
I don't think I can get it all by myself. Well, let's see. Dash bent her head, pressing a gentle kiss against the crook of Pinkie's neck. This earned her a soft moan in response as her tongue began to flick at the cream, lapping it up. Tongue still peeking out of her mouth, Rainbow began to Although Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie remain blissfully ignorant of Rainbow's train of thought, upon seeing her glassy-eyed stare, Twilight and Fluttershy exchange looks of alarm.
Damn it!
Wow.
We've been cock-blocked!
Actually, in this case, since we're dealing with females, and I know it's apropos, I'll say right now, twat swatting.
Ooh.
What?
Somebody get that shit in Encyclopedia Dramatica or something.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Hey,
one.
Dane Cook coined it. I just found it apropos to use in this situation.
All right. Fluttershy whispered, eyes wide with panic. Is she? No doubt about it. Twilight confirmed with a whisper of her own, nodding grimly. She's not even upset about the mess they made. This could be bad. The yellow Pegasus squeaked in fear. Hey, weren't we supposed to go to AJ's? Rainbow asked from the kitchen. Oh no! Pinkie Pie squealed. You're right! Applejack will be so sad that we forgot. We gotta get going, but I'm still all sticky.
Bath! Bath!
Anyways, Rainbow Dash began to flap her wings, wagging her tail and shaking about like a wet dog, sending even more little flecks of white cream flying in the air.
Appropriate
Twilight
enough.
flinched, quickly casting a magical barrier between the kitchen and
Hold on. Hey, Gonzo, Dub in the chat says, stop your friends from acting like molestia. I mean, come on.
What?
I can't control you guys!
Guys, Turkish is not molestia. He's not even an alicorn. He's the Turkish
sorry.
horse.
He's a reptile horse. He's a reptilian.
No, this is lies. This is propaganda.
I see.
Don't
go
believe
on.
what they say.
From Resident Evil.
Anyways, Twilight flinched, quickly casting a magical barrier between the kitchen and adjoining living room to protect the three of them that were waiting so patiently. As Pinkie scrambled upright, she slipped on a splotch of cream and and almost tumbled backwards. But Rainbow Dash swooped down just in time, catching her absent-mindedly. Rarity gasped softly at this gallant display of chivalry. We totally need baths, Rainbow Dash said casually. I'm sticky too. I'll find us a rain cloud before we go. A white unicorn's hooves flew to her chest, clasping them over her pounding heart. Oh, she whispered, eyelashes fluttering.
Oh God.
Orbs Zimore.
The warm water splashed gently as the two mares giggled in the tub they shared. They... Rarity!
Rarity! Earth to Rarity! Or Equestian to Rarity!
Rarity blinked, shaking her head to clear her thoughts before turning to face Twilight. It was as though she were coming out of a daze. A dreamy smile played on her lips. She asked sweetly, What is it, dear? Twilight Sparkle sighed, rubbing her forehead with a hoof. Fluttershy's gaze flickered nervously between the two of them, but the way she stood at Twilight's side seemed reminiscent of an intervention.
An intervention?
Okay. Whoever's turned that sexual chocolate on, it's not that time yet.
Sorry, I thought
Anyways.
I tried to start it when you step assistant. It was only like a few seconds long. I missed it.
You
Anyway,
might want
missed
to
the
wait
cues.
until I give you the signal.
Just then, Rainbow stuck her head through the doorway leading from the kitchen to the room where they three stood. Sorry, guys, she called, apparently unaware that she and Pinkie had been speaking plenty loud enough to have been clearly audible until then. We, kind of lost track of the time. Give us a second, we can go. Pinkie asked, Why do we always give sex?
You have to pay some fucking blood!
Oh my God.
This is also wrong! She
So wrong, but yet
ra-
so right.
Oh my god, the way that was written, that was fucking brilliant. That was actually spelled S-E-C-S before you all get the idea.
God.
And Digital Railroader just goes all aboard the Nope train.
So
I
fuck
got-
that, Bill.
The Nope. There's no brakes on the Nope train.
Okay! A single extraordinarily unladylike and immature snort burst from Rarity when she did. Can we ever give mins, or hours, or days? Or, of course, darling, take all the time you two need, Rarity graciously allowed with a benevolent smile upon recovering. Why do we always give sex? Okay, I think I officially found my other recurring gag, other than I'm going to fuck you.
What?
I think we made the
I'm
inverted
putting that on
shadow
a
into the
t-shirt and making it
perverted
available
shadow
on the fucking
now.
TX shop. I'm putting that on a shirt.
Guys,
I am putting that on a shirt. You'll find it at the G Moderation Express shirt. Cheap ass plug, but still, my god, I need to do
The
it.
smile remained exactly where it was as she followed her two friends with her eyes, watching as the two of them practically skipped out of the bakery, still giggling and bumping into each other. Although with Pinkie Pie there was no practically about it. She quite literally hopped.
yeah, she's always hopping. It's like she's a bunny rabbit,
She
but
got
she's a
that from
pony.
Pepe Le Pew.
Somebody put Turkish on Pinkie Pie. We'll test that theory about hopping.
No.
Come
Yeah.
here, you know what it is? She learned that from Pepe Le Pew.
True. I mean, they even did a fucking reference to that in the Guild of the Griffin the Brush Off.
I probably missed that.
Well, it was when Dash was trying to hide from Pinkie Pie, and the whole time that Rainbow Dash is flying at the speed of sound, Pinkie's just casually hopping around like Pepe Le Pew in classic cartoon fashion.
Ring, 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 ring.
That's it.
I was thinking. Well, that didn't occur to me.
Anyways, the moment they left in search of their rain cloud, Twilight took a firm hold of Rarity's shoulders, twisting the other unicorn around to face her so that they were eye to eye. Rarity, she said gently, it's wonderful that you care so deeply about your friends, but this needs to stop. You can't do this again. So, wait, they know... Anyways, Fluttershy silently nodded her agreement, looking ashamed of it all the while. Rarity blinked.
I think they picked up on that little thing, because Twilight's not that, you blind to all her friends. I mean...
I'd like to assume that possibly that when she thinks about these things, they seem to materialize from the magic in her horn or something, like project itself or something.
I'd rather not. Let's hope that's not.
Rarest Sparkle supporters, now's your chance to speak up.
Anyway.
Let's just go on.
Yes. Why, whatever do you mean, darling? She asked, puzzled. Twilight Sparkle sighed. We know what that look means. It means that you're seeing things that aren't there. What?
Oh my god! Okay, I take that back. I think Twilight is not looking in between the lines. She's thinking Rarity's schizophrenic.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. I just realized. Is my fan blowing into the mic? Because I just realized.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh. Is mine?
No. Anyways. Twilight patiently explained, trying her very best to sound understanding in spite of her frustration. But it was understandable that she was frustrated, wasn't it? After all, this had to be at least the 20th time they'd had this conversation.
Okay.
Really?
So,
Schizophrenic.
Can I get a Ms. moment? Really?
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 Yes.
Really?
We know you love your friends, and we know we love each other, too, but not that way.
So she does know. Okay. I stand corrected.
You reading people's minds without permission again?
No.
I need to get me one of those glasses.
Rarity sniffed, haughtily shrugging off Twilight's hooves off her shoulders before daintily lifting her own to brush them off. I simply don't know what you're talking about. Think, Rarity. Doesn't this seem the tiniest bit familiar? What does? So even when she's confronted with the evidence, Rarity just blissfully dismisses it.
Alzheimer's and schizophrenia.
Nah, just denial.
What does?
Ninja, please.
Twilight groaned, burying her face in her hooves. Fluttershy, help me out here, please, she pleaded. Well, what Twilight is saying is that you, Fluttershy stammered, her face turning a brilliant shade of scarlet. You have a kind of habit of, well, you see, you have a habit of making assumptions, Rarity. Twilight cut in after a moment of Fluttershy's nervous stuttering. You see ponies doing things together, perfectly normal, everyday things, and you take them out of context. We know that you are romantic at heart, but you can't just assume things.
Like the entire fandom.
Valid point.
Somehow that actually strikes true. Props to fandom for bringing some logic into this.
Yeah, he's
Whoa,
got valid
Railroader!
points.
I've heard that joke in so many places. Like, did you get that from Calvin and Hobbes or something? I don't know.
But really, we do.
Denial.
A whole lot of bronies are making fast assumptions, and it's not really healthy.
Ironic how we're bronies and we're actually acknowledging that kind of thing.
Well,
Next week we need to bring
Just
in
because-
Casey and Lexi and just subject them to the madness.
Get all
Because
the
quite
GX.
frankly, they need a fucking reality check.
Get some damn other GX members in here. Anyways, let's get back to this.
let's go.
I never assume, Rarity cried, taking on a grand air. I'm insulted that you should even imply as much. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie were just fooling around. There was nothing deeper to it than... And Rarity gasped. You saw it too?
Oh! And the truth sadly comes out. She couldn't deny it anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Genjutsu, man. It's fucking illusion.
All illusions of grandeur temporarily forgotten as she swept forward, seizing Twilight Sparkle by the shoulders herself. Well, of course you did! It's so obvious! No, that's just it! They were just being themselves, and silly and playful, but that's all. That's what I mean by you taking things out of context. And again, Twilight sighed in exasperation. Rarity, please. Ponies can be close to one another without secretly being in love. But it's so blatant! How can you not see the longing in their eyes when they look at one another? As their friends, shouldn't we be supportive of their blossoming romance?
Yeah, tell that to the Kitty Mark
Fair play.
Crusaders who tried to ship their teacher with Big Mac.
Tumblr.
And at some point
I
they
still
were
stand
successful.
by the fact that Big Mac is a player.
Swoopsie-doo!
He's a pimp.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is no blossoming romance. Fluttershy, Rarity declared, whirling around to dramatically point at the now cowering Pegasus, who in terror as a response. Your pony after my own heart, you dear.
What?
Flutterjack, Rarity supporters, now is your chance to speak up.
Okay, I didn't give a signal, but fuck it.
Surely your sense of romance. Surely your sense of romance allows you to see what Twilight's missing.
I don't think that Fluttershy had an eye for romance. I always thought that for
I don't
some
think
odd
I'll need a
reason she
signal
always
from
had
you
an eye
guys,
for
though.
murder.
I think I'll know when to play it.
Now that she thought about it, though, Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie did seem unusually close. Perhaps not necessarily that close, but, well, they did tend to hang out together fairly often. They could often be found together, pulling pranks, and did tend to turn to one another first whenever the group needed to split up for some reason, and Pinkie Pie was the only one in their circle of friends allowed to call Rainbow Dash Dashy, and no pony else had such a pet name from her, and Pinkie had grown rather jealous of Gilda.
It wasn't jealousy. It was more like she knows that Gilda's just...
A bitch.
Yeah.
Auntie Pinkie is at your service. I mean, you're older than you.
I'd actually go too far because I actually want to say this right now. I actually don't think Gilda was in any way meant to be evil. I just think she's supposed to be like Falco from Star Fox 64. You know, she's just like, you know, she pisses everyone off, but that's not what she's trying to do. You know.
Awesome.
And you can thank Aaron and John for that realization.
Fluttershy squirmed. Actually, maybe. No! Twilight shouted. Don't let it get to you! Don't you remember what happened between you and Applejack?
What? What?
Flutterjack supporters, now's your chance to speak up.
Okay, can you continue on and see what the fuck they're talking about?
Fluttershy blanched. With a squeal, she abruptly stopped talking, shrinking behind her protective curtain of hair. Oh, darling, I apologize for that, didn't I? Rarity rushed to reassure the trembling Pegasus, affectionately stroking her mane as she shot a glare at Twilight Sparkle. It was a misunderstanding, that's all, but I truly thought that you two were, you know, so embarrassing. Yes, misunderstanding! That's precisely it. Twilight agreed with a prim nod. You have all of these romantic notions, and then you find a way to interpret even the most innocent of interactions as evidence justifying a non-existent relationship. It can be endearing sometimes, but it's also risky. Well,
Damn,
I don't see how.
That's pretty much us pony shippers in a nutshell. Damn.
I'm going to be hiding behind my...
While
thing.
we aren't looking, Phantom is taking over the chat. He has decided to place an
flag
iron
against
fist
our
upon our followers.
God.
Easy there, guys. It's not... He's just playing the fuck around.
I'm just gonna be honest, just straight up with everybody here in the chat tonight. I don't support girl-on-girl coupling in the MLB. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm a straight shooting brony. I'm sorry, but I can't. I don't endorse yaoi or yuri in the MLB shipping fandom. I only endorse the straight ones. That's it.
Well then. Anyways, I don't see how it can be risky. Rarity began to argue, but Twilight cut her off with a wave of her hoof. Remember that banquet in Canterlot when you had the epiphany that I was in love with Princess Celestia?
Keep going, keep going. I want to hear this. I want to hear this shit.
Yes.
She asked curtly, blushing slightly. Rarity at least had the presence of mind to look guilty at the reminder. Not only were you wrong, but you almost caused this massive scandal. Imagine what ponies would have thought. The ruler of Equestria, the benevolent princess of the sun, carrying out an illicit affair with her underage pupil? It would have been unhealthy and illegal.
I mean, yeah, how old? I mean,
Actually, it
Celestia's
would've been
millennia old. And shit, Twilight's probably in her 20s, maybe? I mean, the major age difference, man.
Well, what does Rarity have to say? Rarity muttered, "It would have been cute."
How many of those romance novels have you
Cute?
read?
You know what? That would not be cute, Rarity. That would be the most erotic thing known to man.
Why didn't they use this term? Kawaii.
Moe.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Anyway.
I actually should play No More Heroes for the GX
Anyways.
thing, 'cause I have both of them sitting there and I should play them.
Anyways, Twilight pleaded weakly. It's okay to pretend, I guess, but honestly, Rarity, please don't jump to conclusions. At least not unless something actually happens. If Rainbow and Pinkie ever actually do get together for some reason, then, well, of course, we'll be supportive, but until then, maybe you shouldn't be so passionate in your support of their love. If you have nothing but
Okay,
suspicion...
Jim the Brony one just randomly yelled "Viva la Bam," and I'm like,
Boom.
are you watching that on YouTube or something? Did MTV bring them back? Like,
They're right. They're probably rerunning that shit on VH1.
Anyways,
he's Bam Margera.
Fluttershy added and whisper, if you have nothing but suspicions to go on, don't act like it's already happened. And maybe you shouldn't try to force it either. Especially when it doesn't make sense. It can be kind of scary when you do that. You get so worked up, Lavender Unicorn suggested, and Fluttershy nodded quietly. Rarity sighed. What her friends were saying was logical, she supposed, although it would have been fun to have gotten to play matchmaker for her friends, giving them just the pushes they needed to realize the true feelings they held for one another that obviously lay just beneath the surface, allowing their emotions to finally erupt like a volcano of fiery love.
Didn't the Kingdom Hearts Crusaders already learn about that, and that plan backfired?
I don't think this one involves any potions.
Or poisons.
Good points.
Although in Phantom's case, I think he wishes it was poisoned.
But of course.
Anyways, but perhaps she should humor them. After all, Twilight and Fluttershy looked so alarmed. Luckily, Rarity was spared the need to think of an appropriate response by the sudden reappearance of Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, who burst through the door together, crashing back into the bakery as noisily as they initially entered. Although Rainbow was dry, Pinkie was still dripping wet. Okay, Pinkie Pie sang, hopping in place and sending little droplets of water flying in the faces of her friends. We're ready! Don't you want to dry off first? Twilight asked, looking relieved at the interruption. Nah, it's super duper hot outside, and this feels super duper good right now, Pinkie giggled. She had a way of speaking that made every word sound like a laugh bubbling from somewhere deep within her. Then she sneezed.
Oh, that could be nasty.
Twilight rolled her eyes. Ugh. Excuse me. Smiling.
I think Pinkie sneezed on Shadow.
Here, let me take care of it. A soft yellow glow enveloped Pinkie, and Rarity could feel the warmth of it from where she stood. Within a matter of seconds, Pinkie's fur and mane had fluffed out once again, fully dry by the light of Twilight's magic. Oh, wow! Pinkie gasped. That felt amazing! Do it again! Do it again!
Oh God, what kind of craziness goes through Rarity's mind now?
Think of 5 different things. Only one of them has to be right.
Not now. We'd better get to AJ's, Twilight answered lightly before trotting towards the door, casting one final meaningful look back at Rarity. Twilight, you're amazing! You're the smartest smarty pants unicorn ever! Isn't that right, Dashi? Yeah, I guess, Rainbow answered, sounding bored. No! Could it be? Of course! That made so much sense! No wonder Twilight Sparkle had been so upset. She'd been jealous, the poor Dwa.
Oh my
Rarity!
God.
I thought we discussed this! Stop jumping to fucking conclusions!
What a scandal! A
Yay!
love triangle?
Sneaking into Rarity's food because it's got to be Crazy Bills.
What a scandal! A love triangle, perhaps?
I'm just sitting here waiting for the right cue to throw this song on.
At least it's better than the love triangle between Turkish Evil Mint and the Turkish Horse.
And now enter school days.
How dare you?
I'm just a troll.
How dare you?
Anyways,
How dare you, fine sir?
Rarity had never even suspected such a thing, but the more she thought about it, the more it made sense. After all, they were such opposites. The chaotic baker, the strictly structured scholar, each of them clever in their own unique way. And opposites attract, right? And it was so utterly, unbearably cute.
I thought about
God damn
that
it,
with
all the
Applejack
freaking
and
work
Rarity,
couldn't
but...
use Men don't say cute.
Perhaps even cuter than Rainbow Pie had been, see, because Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie were so utterly similar, there was no conflict to make it interesting. But this made so much sense! The allure, forbidden love, forbidden not by society, but by their own fears and limitations, them against the world, against all odds. Oh, Rarity could simply die, it was so perfect.
Kill me. Now. Hit me with that bat
I don't think
on my head as hard
don't worry,
as you
my-
can.
Gonzo, don't worry, my pony persona, the hunter, can take care of that.
I don't think you want to be saying that kind of shit in front of Turkish unless you give him ideas.
Well, I'm focusing on the chat. What are we talking about?
Gonzo just asked for somebody to kill himself with a bat.
Oh dear. I can help you,
And
but
for
I
some
don't think
reason,
you want
the
me to.
chat is chanting Gonzo's name. I
Oh,
see
boy.
Viva la Gonzo. Gonzo is God. Gonzo, Gonzo, Gonzo. All hail Lord Gonzo.
Because
Ask for this!
Okay.
It actually sounded more like WWE
Everyone in chat,
chants
he is
than
wanting
any
me to
chant.
overtake him. You have no choice.
Okay, get back to the fanfiction. As the 5 of them walked to Sweet Apple Lakers together, Rarity remained silent, carefully observing the couple's interactions. And contrary to what she had once deluded herself into believing, Rainbow and Pinkie weren't automatically drawn to one another. Actually, Dash flew overhead with Fluttershy, while Pinkie and Twilight chatted easily together in front. Was she imagining it? No. No, of course not. Rarity had to suppress a squeal of delight. Oh boy.
I'm just waiting.
Later that night, under the cover of darkness, a certain rainbow-maned Pegasus slipped unseen into the Sugar Cube corner, where she was greeted eagerly by the curly-haired baker within. This is so awesome! Rainbow Dash muttered in between kisses.
Is this real?
Yes, it is not a sexual fantasy in Rarity's head this time. It is real as shit.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's so funny that nobody even knows about us. You think it'd be obvious, huh? Pinkie giggled before wagging her eyebrows suggestively. Oh hey, I think I have some whipped cream left over. Want to have some fun? Rainbow Dash started to laugh. You're totally crazy, you know that? But that's why you love me. Yep, that's why I love you. So giggling, the 2 of them kissed once more, and then they had sex.
Wow.
That's no good.
Are you sure this is just a shipping and not a clop fic?
That was actually the end.
Oh dear.
What the flying fuck?
Gonzo, calm down.
I thought we were dealing with Rarity having delusions of grandeur, but it turns out it was real! Pinkie Dash 2013! Ship it!
Yeah.
Ship it with a flat rate box! And then fancy ships!
Oh fuck down, Gonzo.
Fuck it!
Fuck down, man.
Seriously, fuck it!
Shadow, I think he's broken.
Karo, I think you can turn that music off now. It's the fanfic's over.
Aww.
Don't worry, we'll probably have more on the list.